my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god,
What did you want? What did
oh
you
my
say? Open
god.
what?
Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about Romeo Lacoste, 30-year-old celebrity tattoo artist. If you've ever been on YouTube or if you've ever had a scene phase like me, then you've heard of this guy. He has recently been accused and has admitted to sending nudes and having sexual relationships with underage girls. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the drama. So what you're seeing here is a screen recording from the Twitter account Yellow Chair, who is the original accuser of Romeo Lacoste. There is also another Twitter user by the name of Ultra Honey who put some serious accusations on him, and those he admitted to. But we'll get into that later. But as you can see, Romeo Lacoste is saying some pretty vile things to a 14, 15-year-old, and as well as him just contacting her alone, he also had a group chat of underage fangirls that he would sex called Romeo's Fruit Cups. I mean, there's no explanation needed here. He said what he said. I personally think what he said is just disgusting. Um, this is not the only accuser, though. There is another girl by the name of Lindsay, and her Twitter ad is Ultra Honey. And here's what she had to say about her time with Romeo Lacoste. The same disgusting accusations, literally just made by a separate person. It's still gross what he's doing here, but it seems with her actually being his girlfriend, it seems like he just took it that much further, because I suppose he got comfortable with her and she just was enduring this abuse because, she's 14, 15, 16, however old she was, and he's doing these things. He's peeing on her, he's hurting her sexually and doing a lot of things that, she was obviously uncomfortable with. But because she was 14 and he was a grown man at this time, then she was just feeling like, okay, well, I have to do this. I'm with this guy, he's older, he's famous, so I can understand why she would feel an obligation to stay with him, whereas he is just being a disgusting adult who is taking advantage of a young fan. So our messy king, Keemstar, decided to take it upon himself to actually interview Romeo, and he had a lot of interesting things to say, a lot of which was him admitting and coming out and saying that he actually did do this stuff without actually saying it, because Romeo Lacoste is not the smartest predator, but he's still a predator, so come on, he's still
Serious
trash.
allegations against you. Are you guilty of these things?
I want to say that some are real and some are fabricated. So I think that the situation is out to make it look a lot worse than it really is. And I feel in today's social media and day and age, with, Photoshop and, having multiple accounts and different kind of things, it's like really easy to sort of manipulate situations and make things look a lot worse than they really are. Were you sexting with 14 and 15-year-old girls? Well, here's the thing. So, just to kind of get straight into that, and this will go first with my first comment. I was gonna say, a lot of people have been asking me why I deactivated my Twitter, and they're saying, dude, it makes you look guilty, blah 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 blah. I don't think that people really understand. Like, it's easy for someone to be on the other side of the keyboard and they want to be involved in something that they think is, very gallant and they're doing like, they're involved for something for the greater good by like calling someone out, but I just feel like when you don't know all the facts and people are kind of banding together and attacking someone. What facts are we missing? Well, first of all, I deleted my Twitter because of the immense amount of hate I was getting.
This guy is he's so dumb. He never makes one single point within this all. Keemstar asked him 2 questions. You have a lot of serious accusations against you. Are they true? He literally ran a whole mile around the question and never answered it once. Like, he just makes excuses and inserts his own loopholes and his own, oh well, this doesn't count for me because I did this, I was new to that. Like, really, like, it just doesn't make sense. And he's also lying. He's lying, a horrible liar, a horrible speaker in general. He's saying all these things here, that he wasn't on social media that much. He was new to social media. He might have been new to Twitter, which I don't understand how you slip up and become a pedophile, but okay. But he was on MySpace and a lot of other social media platforms before this. So that excuse is really invalid. And he also just continues to skirt around the question of him, being involved with these 14, 15-year-old girls. But he tells on himself within the first few sentences of his bullshitty answer by saying, yes, some of them are real, some of them are fake. So it's true, you are a fucking pedophile and you're a child predator and you're gross. The interview should have been done there. He says some pretty weird stuff continuing on into the video. So I'm going to play some clips of him just really being weird and just saying weird stuff and then just telling on himself because it's obvious he has a very, very guilty conscience here.
It is gross. It is fucked up. I mean, if people want to do that between consensual people, shit, everyone's got a freaky side. You know what I mean? Like,
adults are fine, but I mean, these are kids. Like,
No,
I have a
you're right.
niece who's 14 years old. All right, and I know what a 14-year-old looks like, right?
Okay, but
And
let me ask you this.
if I'm just trying to imagine this, like, if some 28-year-old started like sending her the messages that you sent to this 14 and 15-year-old girl, yeah, I'd lose my mind. I would
Okay.
absolutely lose my mind.
You're right, dude. I'm the same way with you. I have listen to me. I have four girls, bro. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think about that shit all the fucking time. I'm with you. But
What do you mean you have 4 girls?
I have 4 sisters. Like, I have sisters, and they're all between the ages of 12 and 16. And it's just like, I totally agree with you, bro. I totally agree with you. I am all for this, bro. Like,
Nobody really talks about this part of the interview, but this part of the interview just had me the most shook because, bitch, what the fuck do you mean you have 4 girls? Like, bitch, like, I have 4 girlfriends. Yes, they are all in between the ages of 12 to 16. So, yeah, I'm all for this, bro. I'm all for this child predator life, bro. Dude, like, I'm all for it. Like, no, like, what are you saying? And Keemstar is just so shook. And Keemstar was honestly my favorite part of the video, other than the comically horrible way that Romeo is attempting to defend himself in this video. Like, seriously, look at him. Like, Keemstar is literally jokes, but yeah, I just thought this part was really, really funny. I mean, the issue is serious, but I mean, come on. Look at this. This is literally so absurd. Like, this is just it's so bad. It's such a train wreck that I literally cannot stop watching it. Like, that's how just horrible this guy is. Like, this interview is, seriously. Now, back to the more serious part of the allegations. This is what he had to say on what Lindsay Ultra Honey had to say about him on Twitter and his response to all this. And he also tells on himself in this, and I'll talk about that after the clip plays.
I mean, I can't stop you from saying her name, but
okay, yeah, Lindsay Montiero. I'm friends with Luna. I dated her back when I was like 19 years old.
and she was 14, right?
I don't believe that she was 14 at all.
I take that back. I remember her saying that she may have been 15.
I think she might have been late 15, possibly. This is me being extreme. She may have been late 15. I remember her being more like 17, but I dated her for about 3 years. I lived in her house. I moved in with her house. Her parents were completely cool with it. We slept in completely separate bedrooms.
She said you peed on her.
I don't remember that.
And it traumatized her. Like,
It traumatized her?
That's what
Like,
she said.
Oh my god. Dude,
But I mean, okay, so 2 different girls have come out and said, hey, he was an adult and started dating me when I...
He tells on himself even worse here. He starts off by using some type of like doxing approach, like, oh, well, since you are outing me about this, then I guess I'm going to out your real full name. Which, I mean, I guess it is just her name. She uses it for all her social media anyway. But still, like, come on, doxing, bro. Like, come on. Be more mature. But he then continues to literally snitch on himself for the rest of the interview, and he doesn't even know it. Like, he does not realize how much, like, how deep the grave that he's digging himself really is. Because when Keemstar mentions about the pee thing, he's like, I don't remember that. I never did that. Like, what? But then when Keemstar says, yes, she says it traumatized her pretty bad. He's like, well, really? It traumatized her? Oh my God. And then he's about to go tell a story about how his peeing on her didn't traumatize her and how she probably liked it or something like that. Because, like, he's really gross and just disgusting. Like, what the fuck? But this is all I have to say about the situation for now. If more tea arises about this, more drama arises around this topic, I will do an update to this video. Yeah, Romeo Lacoste is disgusting. His tattoos are shitty, and his personality is even worse. So, if you have a tattoo by him, you should just get it removed, because you're literally doing yourself a disservice. Like, ew, it looks so horrible. I looked on his Instagram and stuff, and like I said, I actually used to like think this guy was like cute or something like that when I was in like middle school, and I saw him all over my Tumblr, you know. And I wanted to be a tattoo artist at the time, which is such a random career decision, but like I knew like tattoo artists were like groupies, so that's why I wanted to be a tattoo artist when I was younger. Like, oh my god, like, okay, we staying at home. But anyway, yeah, I really think this is really gross and disgusting, but it's almost comical how bad Romeo Lacoste is at defending himself and how dumb he is. Like, come on, you're 30 years old. He's not even like in his 20s anymore. He's 30. You're 30 years old. How are you this bad at speaking and making a valid point to why you feel people shouldn't think you're a child predator and why your points should be seen as valid? Like, you're defending yourself, but I can't even take your word. Like, it's so bad. But yeah, like, that's really all I have to say about this, guys. Let me know what you think about the situation in the comments below. Leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if my videos are shitty, and subscribe if you want to see more content. And don't forget to hit that bell, because that's how you're gonna get notified every time that I post a video, guys. So thanks for watching. Bye.